At least I can reach the top shelf, Ryan. Well, I usually start off by telling everybody why I'm in the wheelchair. Does anybody want to take a guess why I'm in it?
Vaccine.
No, you idiots. I can't walk. So I'm a little mad. I recently had to start doing meth. And a shortage on Adderall. Apparently little Timmy's fucking spelling test is more important than my fucking 9 a.m. fucking business meeting. Alright, I'll tell you why I'm actually in the chair. I have a condition called Becker's muscle dystrophy, and usually when I tell people this, I get, oh man, that sucks. But at least you get all that great parking. And that's really what's keeping me from jumping off a bridge. But you know, I recently had a new one. This lady at Target comes up to me. She's like, oh, you're so lucky to be disabled. I've always wanted to be handicapped. So I hit her with my car. Man, I had a friend find out that I believe in Jesus recently. And he's like, well, man, why don't you pray yourself out of that chair? Well, what he doesn't know is I actually prayed myself into this chair. See, when my dad turned 30, he walked out on our family. So I always pray I wouldn't grow up to be like my dad. And the day I turned 30, I got this wheelchair and I rolled out on them. Because they fucking suck. You know, and I always assumed, hey, I'll just marry into a better family. Until I met my in-laws. Like my sister-in-law, she always told me I'm not a real man. Because I can't clean the gutters. Like, bitch, we got gutter guard. And here recently, she's been telling me, oh, dude, you need to get off your ass and get a job. Well, I think if her husband could get her off, she wouldn't be such a fucking bitch. You know, over the Christmas holiday, I had to spend a week with them. All right, and if that wasn't bad enough, I forgot my phone charger at home. And of course, these Android having morons didn't have an iPhone charger. Here's something you have to know about me. I cannot poop unless I'm looking at houses I can't afford. So Christmas morning rolls around. I have no choice but to grab my wife's phone. And looking at her phone, I realize she's been cheating on me. Because I'm on her Zillow's app, and all her saved houses are 2 stories. So, you know, I have to do a little more digging, right? I find a message from this guy named Steve, and she's like, Steve, I really hate keeping this for my husband. You know, but it's Christmas, and I'm an optimistic guy. I'm thinking, maybe Steve's a doctor, and I'm getting new legs. But when I open up my present, it's a fucking jump rope. I immediately lose it. I throw the phone and the jump rope right to the fucking fire, right? And I'm like, babe, I hope you and fucking Steve are happy in your fucking split level. And then that's when my wife loses it. She's like, first off, that is fucking Sarah's jump rope. And that's not my fucking phone. So the Christmas of 24 will always be the Christmas my niece Sarah didn't get her jump rope and her parents got a divorce. But I am glad my marriage is fine. But this couldn't be the second marriage I lost because I went through my wife's phone. Went through my ex-wife's phone once. And I see a message to her friend. She's like, oh, I'm finally going to get a BBC. And you know, I couldn't afford a divorce at that time, so I do what any good husband would do. I go to the store, I buy a bottle of whiskey. I get on Craigslist, and I make an ad. helping my wife find that BBC. Right? And I sit down, I devised a perfect ad. Looking for a BBC to blow my wife's back out. And then I drink a few more shots and I start looking at the pictures that I get to find the perfect one for my wife. The night comes and my wife's finally gonna get this new BBC, right? And after she gets her back blown out, she comes to me, she's like, Scotty, I only did that for you. I wasn't really into that. I was like, well, what the fuck was this message you were sending to your sister about how you're gonna get a BBC? She's like, yeah, a big black cottage. Well, now her and Steve live in that fucking split level together. All right, that's my time. Thanks, guys.